Next matchup, Marlins, Rockies, 310, Colorado. The Rockies are minus 165, totals 13.5. We saw a nickel move toward Colorado in movement upward on the total. The Rockies open 160 up to 165. Total open 13 up to 13.5. 71% are leaning Colorado, 59% shaded toward the under. Right now the Marlins are plus 155 on the money line. We have Jordan Yamamoto for the Marlins, Peter Lambert for the Rockies. Yamamoto for the Marlins is 4-4 with a 4.42 ERA. He's also 0-4 in his last 5 starts. Now the Marlins are dead last in the NL East, just 45-77 overall for the year. They also possess the worst record in the National League. Now the Rockies on the other side, they are first in home scoring, first in home hits, 4-2 in their last 6 ball games. And when it comes to the total, the Marlins are 37-21 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean Colorado minus $1.65 and the under 13.5 runs in that game. Next matchup, White Sox, Angels, 407 Los Angeles. The Angels are minus 175, totals 9.5. We saw a 10-cent move toward Los Angeles and movement downward on the total. LA open 165 up to 175. Total open 10 down to 9.5. 56% are leaning Angels, 51% shaded toward the under. Right now the White Sox are plus 165 on the money line. The Angels are plus $1.10 on the run line. We have Dylan Cease for the White Sox, Griffin Canning for the Angels. Canning has 88 strikeouts on the year thus far. Cease on the other side for the White Sox, just 2-5 on the year, 5.54 ERA. The White Sox are 55-67 overall for the year, 25-36 away from home. They've won 7 out of their last 8 ball games, taking on the Angels. They're 28th in. They haven't won; they've dropped. Yeah, I forget what I said there. I think I said they won, but anyway, let's try that again. The White Sox, 55-67 overall for the year, 25-36 away from home. They've dropped 7 out of their last 8 head-to-head matchups taking on the Angels. They're also 28th in scoring on average per game. Now, the Angels on the other side, winners in 3 out of their last 4. They're also 5-3 in their last 8 ball games. They rank 4th in offensive walks at home, 6th in striking batters out. 6th in striking out at home. Really botching this segment here. Total-wise, the Angels are 6-0 to the over in their last 6. Give me the Angels minus 175 and the over 9.5 runs in that game. All right, next matchup, Astros, Athletics, 407 Oakland. The Astros are minus 170, totals 9.5. Not a whole lot of movement on the total. We did see a 15-cent move toward the Astros. They open $1.55 up to minus 170. Total open and remains at 9.5. 61% are leaning Astros, 58% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Athletics are plus 160 on the money line. The Astros are minus 110 on the run line. We have Zach Greinke for the Astros, Brett Anderson for the A's. Greinke's 12-4 with a 2.91 ERA. He also has 143 strikeouts. Houston has the second most wins in the American League. They are 78-46 overall for the year, 32 games over 500. They're also 75-38 as the favorite. The Astros rank 5th in scoring, 3rd in hits, 2nd in offensive walks. They're also 1st in hits allowed, 1st in striking batters out. Now, the Athletics on the other side, they are 22nd in hits, 27th in striking batters out. They're also 23rd in hits at home. They've dropped 9 out of their last 14 head-to-head matchups with Houston. Now, total-wise, Oakland is 21-14 to the under, taking on teams over 540. I'm going to lean Astros minus 170 and the under 9.5 runs. Next matchup, Giants, Diamondbacks, 410 Arizona. The Giants are minus 110, totals at 9. 65% are leaning San Fran, 59% shaded toward the under. Right now, the D-backs are minus 101 on the money line. The Giants plus $1.50 on the run line. We have Madison Bumgarner for the Giants, Merrill Kelly for the Diamondbacks. Kelly's 8-12 with a 4.75 ERA. Meanwhile, Mad Bum for the Giants, 8-7 on the year, 3.63 ERA, 154 strikeouts. The Diamondbacks have lost 4 out of their last 5 ball games. They've also won just 27 out of 58 at home. They're in 3rd place in the NL West, 20.5 games back in the division. They rank 18th in home scoring. Now, the Giants on the other side, winners in 6 out of their last 7 ball games. They're also 5-1 in their last 6, taking on the D-backs. They're 39-23 against the spread on the road. They also rank 8th in road scoring. Now, total-wise, the Giants are 4-2 to the over in their last 6. Arizona 9-4 to the over in their last 13, taking on the Giants. I'm going to lean San Francisco minus $110 in the over 9 runs in that game. And we're going to slide into our next and final game for the show. It is going to be Cubs, Pittsburgh, 7-10 Pittsburgh. The Cubs are minus 150, totals at 10. We saw a nickel fade of Chicago and movement downward on the total. Chicago opened $1.55 down to minus 150. Total opened 10.5 down to 10 flat. 55% are leaning Cubs, 63% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Pirates are plus 140 on the money line. The Cubs plus $1 on the run line. We have Jose Quintana for the Cubs, Mitch Keller for the Pirates. Keller comes into this game with a 7.94 ERA. Quintana on the other side for the Cubs, 10-7 on the year, 124 strikeouts. Pittsburgh's dropped 10 out of their last 13. They're also just 1-6 in their last 7 at home. Just a handful of wins, like 5 or 6 wins since July 12th. The Cubbies on the other side, well, they're 1 game ahead for that second wild card spot. So if the season ended today, they'd be in the tournament. Once again, 1 game ahead for that second wild card spot in the National League. They're 7th in offensive walks, 8th in runs allowed. When it comes to the total, Pittsburgh is 12-6 to the over in their last 18. They're also 39-19 to the over at PNC Park. I'm going to lean Chicago Cubs minus $150 and the over 10 runs in that game. All right, let's go ahead and go into our quick pick recap brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, which is myself. We have the Cubbies minus 150 in the over 10 runs in that one. We have the Giants taking on the Diamondbacks. I'm leaning Giants minus 110 in the over 9 runs. We have the Astros taking on the Athletics. I got Houston minus $170 in the under 9.5. We have the White Sox taking on the Angels. I'm leaning Angels minus 175 in the over 9.5. We have the Marlins taking on the Rockies. I'm leaning Colorado minus 165 and the under 13.5. We have the Twins taking on the Rangers. I'm leaning Twins plus $120 in the over 10.5 in that one. We have the Mets taking on the Royals. I'm leaning Mets minus $175 and the under 10 runs in that one. We have the Brewers taking on the Nationals. I'm leaning Washington minus 110 and the under 11 runs. We also have the Dodgers taking on the Braves. No line posted for that game as of yet. I'm leaning Dodgers winning that one outright for some money line cash. We have the Tigers taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm leaning Tampa Bay minus $180 and the over 8 runs in that game. We have the Cardinals taking on the Reds. I'm leaning St. Louis minus 160 in the over 9. We have the Mariners taking on the Blue Jays. I'm leaning Seattle plus 1.5 in the under 10.5 in that one. We also have the Indians taking on the Yankees. I'm leaning New York plus 125 in the under 10 runs in that game. We have the Orioles taking on the Red Sox. I'm leaning Boston minus 1.5 in the under 12 runs. We finally have last but certainly not least, the Padres taking on the Phillies. I'm leaning Phillies minus $110 in the under 10.5 runs in that game. All right, let's go ahead and bounce into some shout-outs brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, which is myself again. Let's give a shout-out to Straight to the Point, Matthias Mall, Chuck Pinter, Bookie Love, JRB, Jerry We the Best, No Jerry You're the Best, YC Mycap, Stephen Lewis, Sean Patrick, Get King, Gusto Auto, who is hurting, jonesing for some football. Got to give a shout out to Mike Wilkerson, Bobby M, Proline Master, Bo Dunn, and last but certainly not least, shout out to Norwal Music. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we went 3-2 in our premium plays on that site yesterday. There's a bunch of different daily plays and memberships and packages, and that ranges anywhere between 1 to 5 picks daily. You never know. But memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there for you to access as well. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. Link is in the description section below. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Once again, I got to thank you for watching me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. I certainly enjoy producing it for you day in and day out, each and every day. We may miss like 5 days out of the year. We're going nearly 365 days strong. So once again, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Best of luck to you. Happy Sunday. And as always, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.